Hi, welcome to Team M Tutes. For those who don't know what Team M is, it's the medical method. That's my channel. And I'm doing some new videos which are going to be tutorials on topics that I found hard in my first semester of medicine as sort of a revision and a way for you guys to maybe learn it more quickly and sort of the stuff that we ended up getting tested on. But for this video, it's just going to be a short sort of 2-minute video on how to study in medicine and sort of how I survived in first semester. So I guess there's a lot of analogies for the way that medicine works, but it's sort of like trying to, I guess, drink knowledge from a fire hydrant. That's what everyone says. So you're sort of like, water going in, and you can't get everything in, and a lot of the details that you're used to learning to get good marks sort of get lost. So you got to completely change the way you learn. Cramming doesn't really work that well. So my first tip would be to use flashcards. Now you can literally use manual flashcards, but what I really mean is an online thing like Quizlet, Brainscape, there's Anki, there's quite a few. You can look them up. I'll put some links in the description below. But the idea of these is you sort of type in, I guess, a word or a question, and then you can add a description after it. So for example, you might add ulnar and then put a description and a picture of it and a little bit of info that you need to learn about it. But there are a few reasons that I use Quizlet in particular. It's a bit annoying because you have to pay about $10 or $15, I think it is, for the year. But there are a few good things. It has really good phone apps, and I know that I transit quite a lot, so that's a useful thing. You can also put pictures on, and I think they're going to add multiple pictures for one flashcard, which is really good. It's great because something like anatomy or histology, it's basically impossible to learn it without actually having really solid pictures. So Quizlet allows you to have all of your study in the one area rather than having just the text-based stuff. Anki is good if you're a bit tech savvy because it's sort of, you can do a lot of code and sort of specifically lay it out the way you want, and it shows you the cards in I can't remember the name of the guy, but it's like a patented way so that you never actually forget it. So it'll constantly keep showing you old flashcards, so you keep revisiting, which is good. And Brainscape is good because you look when you're studying it, you click whether you know it, knew it, half knew it, from 0 to 5, and it will show you it depending on which one you clicked, which is really good. So my second point is the way you study. Study every day, okay? You have to study every day. It sucks. I know our semester we have 19 weeks and maybe 3 weeks holidays, which it sucks a lot, but the way to get through it is study every day, but give yourself 2 nights a week off every week, and then give yourself days where you're just burnt out. Everyone knows there are days where you just, even if you go through material and tick it off, you're not going to remember it. You're gonna have ticked it off as if you have done it, and then you'll get to the exam and it's as if you missed those lectures. It took me maybe 8 weeks of getting over my initial super keenness to realize that it's okay to have days where I just go home and troll on YouTube or go through Reddit or just sleep, because sometimes you just need those days. So definitely do that, okay? Third, and this one's really important, you just got to revisit concepts. A lot of that will be incorporated in your course. So like to understand respiratory physiology, you sort of need to know a bit of cardio as well. Histology is sort of constant throughout, anatomy is, but at least, especially for me, after 19 weeks, I've got another 19 weeks now, and then maybe a week or two to study, and then I'm going to be tested on the stuff from week 1. So I might sacrifice my marks now, but make sure that I know the stuff from before. Even going forward, just as a doctor, we're going to need to know all the concepts as a student doctor in the hospital, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to really try and revisit and revise, and I'll let you know how I'm going as I go through the semester. And last thing, keep it applied. So instead of learning the course of the nerves or vessels, this is particularly important for anatomy, Learn the endangerment in a laceration. Learn what kind of conditions are caused by nerve damage or vessel constriction, all that kind of stuff. Learn about patient histories. Learn about that kind of stuff, because a lot of the questions, they put them in a clinical vignette, which means that they'll ask you, a patient comes into emergency and he has a laceration at the wrist. What are you worried about? And it'll be B, radial nerve, C, blah, 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 and ulnar artery or ulnar nerve. That's the one. Because in its course, it runs over the wrist region unprotected. So it's things like that that you actually have to learn in that context, rather than in pure sort of rote learning. That's how they're going to test you. That's how, as doctors, we're going to need to know it. So I hope that's sort of a helpful way. Yeah, do your flashcards, study every day, constantly add to the flashcards. Revisit concepts regularly, keep it applied. And if you have days where you're dead, just sleep, because everyone deserves to sleep sometimes. So I'm going to end it there. That was meant to be like 2 minutes, but it's gone longer. I'm going to have more videos on revising anatomy, revising histology. I'm going to have some key tutorials on different concepts and things that everyone found hard, like a bit of nephrology. I'll talk about the forearm muscles, because I need to revise that myself, so making a video will help me do that. And most of all, have a good holiday if you're on holidays. Otherwise, keep studying, and I'll talk to you soon, okay? See you later. Bye.